Gonna try something new today in the shop. Something artistic. Went to the metal supply store, picked up a huge sheet. I had him cut it to 4 foot by 4 foot dimensions of 24 gauge cold rolled steel. So that's what we're looking at. And I got about, I think, 5 pieces of it. I make those metal roses, but at a very thin gauge metal, very thin. And then I heat it up and harden it. After I get pliers and shape it and bend it. And I make these really, I don't have one completed right now. Try to make like an 8 foot, 10 foot version of this for an art piece or a lawn art piece I'm gonna put out on the front lawn. Oh, and here's that Damascus hook knife completed. Look at that handle. It's a maple burl with like a golden honey resin. Look at that handle. Look at it. Honey resin handle. Steel pins. But look at that wood too. The whole thing is just, in my opinion, drop dead gorgeous. But made a Kydex sheath for it. I used some spare Kydex. I like to do that, loop it around. So you just slide that in your belt. And it's pretty cost efficient. You get to reutilize the scrap Kydex. So you're not really wasting. And I like it, it works, you know. That's all it needs to do. Let me open this up here. Here is it's got a lot of oil on it. But that's a Damascus pattern. Isn't that crazy? That's the craziest pattern ever. It's like a ring, like a circle. The other side's not as wild. The other side has the hook. There was some lines in the hook, but I had to file. You can see them. I had to file it really fine to make the hook sharp, so it actually would cut. So I lost the black etch on it, but that's pretty much it. And hook knife, Damascus hook knife. Oh, and sharp. It is that edge. Let me tell you, I put it on 2000 grit on the belt grinder and got down to that edge. But then I actually got my belt, my pants belt, and stropped it, and that took the burrs off, and that gave it a really razor sharp edge. So I'm pretty happy on how this knife turned out. It's like a drop point hook gut knife, Damascus with burl handle. It's beautiful. you're wild. You're wild, dog. Look at your little chunky butt run. What are you doing, crazy? Alright, calm down. Hey. Hey. Okay. This is where I am on the rose. I believe this is two sheets of 24 gauge cold rolled steel. It's pretty rough, but it's pretty much how I need it to be. It's looking like a rose. And rummaging around, I found this thing right here that was used to you would like pull it up and drop it, and that square piece is really heavy, and it would flatten out the ground if you were like I don't know, like digging holes and stuff like that, and the ground was uneven. You want like to flatten it back out again. That was like a ground flattening tool type thing, scrap just sitting around. And then I found this pry bar right here, which that square fits in there pretty good, and it tapers down and gets thinner. I'm gonna have to bend this. I'm gonna shove it in there and weld it. That bar is gonna go there and come the other way like an S, and really at the very have a slight bend, but then the very top curve over. And this thing with that bar on top is like a good 12 to 15 feet tall, which with the size of this rose head, it works. And if I have this rose head to sit straight up, nobody would see it. So I have to do that S shape so the rose is up high, but then it bends towards you. It bends at you. So that's facing at you. And then I'm gonna weld some leaves and some thorns on it. I took a step bit, drill bit. Step bit, drill bit. Drill the hole through both layers. I'm getting the third and final clover or 4 petals situated. Not really sure how I'm going to do this one yet. And the top portion of the stem, this pry bar, the tip is in there. I'm going to tip that. It has to be a really sharp hook at the end of that to angle the rose downward so people can see it. And then somewhere in the middle section has to slightly curve a less aggressive curve for that S shape. So here we go. Bending this pry bar up real good now. I got it in here. You got a pretty aggressive curve right here. And then the tip, that's where the rose is going to be. And then I got the midsection heating up there. It's just going to have this like a sharp hook like this, and then come down and around, like just basically like an S, and then the right top real sharp. So, and I'm setting it up in the hardy hole, in the anvil, and in the vise. And I got to stand on a stool to get that leverage. What are we doing today, Mr. Skeleton? Well, here it is. All the petals in the stem. There's the pry bar. Bent. Just like that. I wanted the rose to be bent downwards. So, yeah, you can see it. It's going up probably another 4 feet, 5 feet. So you have like that angle on it. Or like that angle, which I think looks pretty cool. That's it. So I haven't been filming this too much because I've been busy welding, and it's big. And I put 50-pound bags of coal down here so it don't tip over and I can work on it outside. And it caught on fire because of the sparks. At least the plastic bags did. Moving up, I put the petals on, threw a little bit of paint on there because I think I'm going to go in that direction between a light coat of paint and some rust. And I got this adorable little ladybug that's hot glossed and metal, and I'm going to weld that little booger onto that leaf. And then we go up here to the other leaf that I got going on here. I don't know why I torched the tips, but I did. I wanted to, so it's just going to rust. I did it down there too. And I got the other leaf that I just put out. Where's the little up here? Oh, you doing your strut? Yeah, you dig it up. Okay. And here's the other leaf. Yeah, you woof. What you doing? Yeah, there you. Yeah, you saw me. Yeah, there you saw me. Yow. Oh, you'll be a bad. All right. So here's the other leaf I put on there. So I think 1, 2, 3, and then I think I'm gonna put another leaf right down here, just shooting straight up like this. Yeah, you tell them. 4 leaves, you think? Down here? What you think? Good? Yeah. You good job? Okay. And then here's the main event right here. I added 2 more petals just now. There should be this one over here on the outside, and then this one over on this outside, to give it a kind of more rounder look to it. But that's it. This thing is huge. It's colossal. It's taller than me. I'm not sure how much it weighs, but it's goddamn heavy. And it's starting to rust, which I like. I put a little bit of clear coat on there because I don't want the whole thing to rust. So I think there's a couple of rust spots here and there. We'll see what happens. And some clear coat to keep them there. And just the green on the stem and the leaves as I got it. I'm going to put a little bit of green on that one leaf out there. But that's it. I'm not painting the rose. I'm going to leave it metal. And I'm going to leave it rust. It's going to be spectacular. So here it is. This 10-foot, I got to measure how tall it is. I think it's 8 foot, 10 foot tall metal rose. Bought a bag of concrete, and I'm going to concrete this puppy into the ground because it's heavy, and I don't want like a windstorm to come by and just like knock it the hell over into the cars and, you know, whatever have you, and fall on the little dog and stuff. So, where you going? Crazy. You crazy son of a bitch. Yeah, I'm going to get you. I'll get a giant rose cemented into the ground. The metal ladybug. It's starting to rain right now, which is going to help that, the rust spots and the patina. This rose stands 9 feet tall and about 3.5 feet wide. 9 feet tall. I mean, it's big. It's heavy. That's why it's got the concrete. About 100 pounds of concrete right there holding it in. Bees will be getting all up in there. So, mothballs. I'm thinking sticking mothballs in there for the springtime next year. And there are birds. But that's it. She's done. 9 feet tall. That rose. Little rose. 9 feet. 9 feet.